welcome to episode 110, I believe, of the Stress Knits podcast. My name is Stacy, also known as Stress Knits Yarn on Instagram and Stress Knits over on Ravelry. I am coming to you from a pretty normal spring day here in Metro Detroit, Michigan, where I live with my husband Doug, our daughter Eliza, and our pug Esther. So, it is April 1st, 2020, and yeah, my hair is falling out of my bobby pins, so bear with me. Let's see. Nothing really new to report. I'm currently working on a shop update, which will hopefully happen next week. I am dyeing the last little bit of yarn today, so that's exciting, but my shelves aren't bare anymore. I'm bringing back a new base. I guess I can talk about this at the end. But I have a few things to show you. I'm starting to get the urge to really just create more, which is really exciting because I was in a very not a great place creatively for a little bit. Everything was just kind of weighing down and made me not want to work on anything. This is a knitting podcast if you're new. Hi, new viewers, by the way. I've noticed there are new subscribers. I feel like I'm all over the place, but that is normal. So, but hi to new subscribers and viewers. Thank you so much. I will be hosting a giveaway shortly once we hit that 6,000 subscriber mark. So if you aren't subscribed, please do that. And then we will have a giveaway. And then returning viewers, thank you for coming back and watching this. It means so much to me, and it's so much fun to be able to show you what I'm working on. So I do have some ideas for some projects once these 3 are off my needles. So let's talk about what's on my needles. So works in progress. I decided to pick back up my Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie May. Jessie May Designs, she is amazing, and so is this pattern. So this neck I will be folding over, so it'll be a little bit, it'll be half this size, so that's why it's that tall, but I separated for the sleeves. So I am knitting the size 1X, so it's supposed to be about a 50-inch bust, and so that'll give me 5 to 7 inches of positive ease. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm glad I finally separated for the sleeves. It is my least favorite part about knitting garments, is getting to the sleeve separation. I hate knitting the top part of sweaters. It is the equivalent of Sleeve Island for me. I don't mind sleeves. I think sleeves go pretty quickly, but I cannot stand that weird part where you're just increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing. It feels never ending, but I finally separated for the sleeves. So I realize my marker is on this side. So this is where you saw it last. So I've knit a pretty decent amount on this. I've been playing a lot of Sims 4 recently, which is like, it's my favorite video game since I was in middle school. I've loved The Sims. So I've been playing a lot of Sims 4 and watching plant videos and knitting videos and, I don't know, just random things. I want to know if I have another bobby pin. No. Okay. Gotta redo this a little bit. So, yeah, so I just, I have my Sims playing on my laptop, and then I will put a video or I just completely binged Schitt's Creek. So I'm all caught up to the new season. I haven't started the sixth and final season yet. I've just watched what's on Netflix. So I completely binged that in a week. It's so easy to go through 20-minute episodes when you're just like playing a video game and having it on in the background, or I also was watching it while I was scanning up yarn and prepping it to dye, so it was just really easy to go through it when I'm working like 8 hours a day and then playing some video games. So yes, so I just had this and I just kept going, and I always keep tally on a sticky note of how many increase rounds and how many plain rounds I've knit, and then I at the bottom of the sticky note I put how many repeats I need to do of the increase in knit rounds, and then I count on after the second to last increase round, I count on the knit round so that if I have to make anything up, I can do that on the last increase round, and then I get to separate for the sleeves. So that is what has happened. I am using my hand-dyed yarn. This is Stress Knits yarn in Accidental Gemini. It was a special colorway for my daughter's first birthday, and the proceeds went to March of Dimes, which will be happening again this year. I came up with the colorway in my brain, so I just ordered some yarn to try it out. Hopefully it works, because I had another colorway in my head, and it basically came out to a weird version of Sweet Disposition, which is it's an OG colorway. I came up with it in 2016, like it's been around for a long time. And yeah, it just looked like a funky version of that because I used different colors, but the result was almost identical. So I was like, okay, I can't do that. So I came up with a different color, and I hope it works. And I'm excited to announce that. Yeah, so we will see. Here is that colorway. So I am using my singles base and my mohair base, which I call Halo. Cloud is my alpaca base. I picked up my coffee. Okay. So, this is what is left of the first balls. The reason I haven't worked any more on this is I need to add the second ball so I can alternate skeins until this is gone. So yeah, so this is what is left. So Accidental Gemini on single and Accidental Gemini on Halo. It's just making the most beautiful color. I love this. I think it's going to be a wardrobe staple next fall. Yeah, it's just a really great sweater. So again, this is the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie May Designs. I'm really excited. It's so cute. I can't put it down because it's just so fuzzy, and I really am enjoying it. This is my first sweater with mohair. I did knit a no frills last year, but I used my cloud base, which is my Surrey alpaca silk base, and it's also just incredible, but I am enjoying this for the first time. So we'll see which one I like better, and I'm planning on doing a video on a side-by-side comparison between my no frills and my Cozy Classic Raglan and how the texture of the yarns are different. So that is coming once I finish my Cozy Classic Raglan. So the next thing that I've been working on, which I feel like I should have started with this, but this is my vanilla sock. This is in the Stay Sexy Don't Get Murdered colorway, so SSDGM, which I just restocked in the shop, so if you're interested, head over there. But this is what it looks like. So I put this cute little mermaid progress keeper that I got from Kristen of Volenvine when I was still in college. When I just ordered some of her yarn, she threw that in there. And I love this. So I am on the heel flap. just a few rows in. This has been my knitting while we're watching movies with Eliza, or while I'm watching a movie with Eliza. Sorry, my hair is driving me nuts. Yeah, so it's going pretty quickly because we do watch a movie every day just to kind of keep everything normal. Since the weather isn't great yet, it's supposed to be really nice starting this weekend, so hopefully we'll be able to get outside more. And like, I got her a soccer ball and some sidewalk chalk, so there will be things to do outside, because she's not a big fan of going for walks and she doesn't like being in her stroller. So we're just trying to figure out what is best to do with her outside. So we're gonna get to finally do that when it's not 40 degrees outside, because she's not a fan of wind or cold, which is weird because that is my favorite thing. Yes, so that's a huge tangent, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's why we've been watching movies. It helps pass the time, and she honestly doesn't always watch them. She usually just plays with them in the background. Anyway, I don't know why I'm justifying my parenting decisions to you. It's fine. Yes, so this is SSDGM on my favorite base, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and it's my favorite base. That's why it's called that. Yeah, and this is very true to color. This is exactly what it looks like, and it's just, I'm so glad this is the sock I'm knitting on right now. So here is the cake. I love it so much. Yes. So that is the vanilla sock that I'm working on. I'm starting to get my sock mojo back, which is very exciting. And honestly, my ears are really itchy because of allergies. So it's that time of year. But I feel like with the added stress of everything going on, I'm kind of reverting back to how I was in college, where I used stress knitting, which is where the name of the podcast comes from, as a coping mechanism to really channel that negative energy into something. And I think it's coming back in full force. I used to knit a sock a day. Like, I was ridiculous in college, but I don't know. It just was my way of channeling frustration and stress and panic, honestly. And it's coming back, and I'm glad, because I would like an updated sock drawer, because my feet grew half a size with pregnancy and giving birth to Eliza. So I went from a 5.5 US to a 6. I can still fit into some 5.5s, because I ranged from a 5 to a 5.5 before Eliza, and now I'm between a 5.5 and a 6, which I know I have really tiny feet, but like, a lot of my shoes didn't fit after Eliza, and so a lot of my socks don't fit either. So I'm excited to finally kind of refresh. So this will be like the first pair of socks besides my Christmas socks, which I already put in my box. So this will be like my first pair for my new sock wardrobe. I don't know, but I'm really excited because it's just such a fun colorway, and it's just bringing me so much joy to work on. There's that. And last but certainly not least is my Rift by Jacqueline Cieslak, which I am knitting for our knit along, the Let's Rift KAL, which is the hashtag. And if this is the first time you're hearing about it, join in. There's plenty of time. We are knitting the Rift by Jacqueline Cieslak. It is a knitted tee pattern, and it is incredible. Sorry, I just got an update from one of the plant shops that I get, and it was just a really big headline. So Yes, we're knitting this knitted tee together, and the reason that I picked this is it is incredibly versatile and I don't know what the word I was looking for. So it's incredibly versatile and size inclusive and modifiable. Is that a word? No. But the original pattern is just a tee, which is what I'm doing. There are 2 different necklines, a V-neck and a crew neck. There are options for sleeves. You can obviously knit it how long you would like. And there's a custom fit bicep and bust start options. So it's very, very inclusive, which I really like. And it is customizable to make it the perfect wardrobe staple for you. It's a very simple top, and that's what I love about it. So my dream, because I've loved this since it came out last year, and my dream is just a perfect knitted tee that I could tuck into some jeans or pair with a skirt or just wear it all the time. That was my goal with this, and I feel like it's going to be my perfect knitted tee. It's my first t-shirt I've ever knit, and so I'm really excited to see how I like that. And the knit along is going from the first day of spring, which has already happened, to the first day of summer, which is in June. So it's like June 20th or 21st. And yeah, so it's a very long time to knit a t-shirt, but I wanted to give everyone enough time to knit it, and if people decide to do the long sleeve option, there's extra time there as well. I am using Stress Knit Sport in the grubby colorway. So this is where I am. I am knitting the 56. Don't remember. I'm either knitting the 52 or the 56. I wanted this to be a very boxy sweater. That's my preferred ease. I like things with a lot of ease. So I think I think it is the 56 because I think I wanted 12 inches of positive ease. So, not sure. And I didn't gauge swatch, so we'll see if this even works out. Yes, so it is knit bottom up. Yeah. There is this beautiful side detail, which is just really beautiful. It's twisted rib detail. And it is a high-low hem, and it's a split hem. I put my progress keeper on the back. So is that really all I've knit on this since the last time I showed you? I feel like I've knit more than this. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm actually going to move this now so that next time I know it is what I showed you. Yeah, I'm just really excited. I am doing bust starts for the first time because like I was really questioning it, and then I put this sweater on, and this is the So Faded by Andrea Mowry, and I love this sweater. It's my favorite sleeve I've ever knitted because it's long and it just fits really well. I haven't woven in ends yet on the sleeves. This has been done for almost a year. So, not almost a year, but it's been done for a long time. So I love this sweater, but because I do have a larger bust, it raises the front up more than I would like, and I do have really high-waisted leggings on right now, because I was going to do yoga, and then I decided to do my podcast before I did yoga, so I wasn't all sweaty and gross. So it's very cropped. Yeah, so like I'm wearing very high-waisted, so here's like my waist, and my pants come up to here. So it is a very cropped sweater, and part of that is my fault because I was getting impatient and I wanted this to be done. So that's partially my fault, but I love the sleeves. But I was noticing like how much my bust pulls up my shirt. So I was like, I'm going to try bust darts. And if I like them, I can incorporate them into other sweaters. So we will see how this goes. This is going to be my experiment. So obviously I have a long way to go. I am adding length to the pattern because I prefer longer tops. Yeah, I love the idea of crops, but the ones that I've knit, like I haven't worn this sweater outside of the podcast, and it really bums me out because I love it so much. So yes, that is the Rift by Jacqueline Cieslak. I love it so much. I love my grubby colorway. Not to toot my own horn, but it's one of my absolute favorite colorways. And my sport base is just a dream. So yeah, I actually ordered some sport to put in the shop in some of my staple colorways, so like grubby and no trail to follow and a few others for those of you who want to join in and don't feel comfortable emailing me for a custom order. So yes, and I'll probably do SSDGM as well because there have been 2 people I've looked over here because my custom order queue is on my chalkboard wall, which is right here. And I have a custom order for SSDGM that I am going to dye up once my sport yarn gets here, hopefully by Friday. So, yes, I'm obsessed with this. I love it. So let's talk about what I'm wearing. So faded, Andrea Mowry, like I said, and I use Stress Knits yarn in my favorite base, and the colorways I used are, I'll just use my sleeve. So this is Palm Lines. This is Grubby, which is the same as this. Grubby, Rattle, and Dahlia. So I really love this colorway. Actually, all of these colorways will be in the shop update. So that's always exciting. But speaking of the sweater, I love this sweater. It fits really well besides the length. Again, I love the sleeves on the sweater. I love this garter detail. It just makes me really happy. So I've actually been thinking about, I'm sorry I'm touching my hair so much this episode. I've been pondering, flirting with the idea of casting on a second. So I don't have any on me, rookie mistake, but I'll be able to show you next time. I created a mini set, which is greens and mints. So the lightest color is a color that's only been available in mini sets. It's called Mo Mint. So Moment to Pillow Mint to No Trail to Follow to Eucalyptus to Mountain Mama. So it's this beautiful mint to a deep, deep green fade. I can show you most of it up through Moment because I don't have full skeins of that. Let's see. Okay. Show you on DK and one on Favorite. So, because I'm very invested in this idea, and I think once I cast off a few sweaters that this will be what is cast on. So this is the way it goes. So here it is, and then just picture a really barely there mint, kind of the equivalent of Palm Lines. And I think I want to do it this way because Eliza, my daughter, I knit her the same sweater, the So Faded pint size, in the same exact colorways, the leftovers from my sweater, but I did it reverse. So it started here and it ended on Palm Lines, and I love it, and I kind of regretted not doing it for my own. So I kind of want an opposite one. where the dark starts up top and it goes through the lightest color. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yes, and it'll also be an extra color, which will automatically add length for me, which I'm excited about. So yes, I think this will be one of my next cast-ons. I still really would like to cast on the Yorkville by Mina Phillip of Knitting Expat Designs. That is something that's still on my mind. And those are the two at the forefront. I did rearrange my yarn stash, so it used to be in a old like book case. I need to fix my bangs. They're driving me nuts. I might just leave them down. Yes, it used to be in this bookcase, but I moved it to put plants on so that my plants could get more sun. And yeah, I left my spin cycle stash in that bookcase and my stress knits stash in that bookcase. So it's literally the extra skeins from projects that I'm working on. So I have my the other yarn for, I don't know what my hair is doing. Alright, let's just not talk about my hair, right? It's crazy, I need a haircut, but that's not gonna happen for months. So it's okay. Okay. So I have my spare skeins that I need to skein up for my Cozy Classic Raglan, my extra skeins for my Boxy, which I need to pick up, my extra skeins for Starflake, the mystery knit along from Stephen West from last year, my Marley shawl, and my Mon Manet light. So yes, so all of that stuff is stuff I need to work on. And yeah, let's see, what else is new? Oh, I decided that I was going to pick up my Ronin cardigan. For those of you who don't know, it's all the way over there. I'm not going to get up and get it. My Ronin cardigan is my longest standing whip. I cast it on last February, and I still need to knit the sleeves and the shawl collar. I have no motivation to do so. So I'm just going to throw it out. If anybody would like to knit the remainder of the sweater, we can talk compensation. I'm leaning more towards yarn. I can do a yarn swap with you for this. So if anybody's interested in that, hit me up. I'm talking like sweater quantity or like 4 to 6 skeins worth of yarn. So if you're interested, email me on my website and put the subject as like Ronin help or whatever. Yeah, because I really want the sweater, but I don't want to knit it anymore, and I kind of want that and the yarn out of my life. I will buy the pattern for you if you don't own it. Let me know. I pulled out the first sleeve I was knitting because I didn't remember anything that I was doing. So, yeah, 2 sleeves and a shawl collar. Don't want to touch it. So there's that. So at least like that's out of my life right now. Yeah, I still need to finish my Telegram sweater, which was a test knit that I completely failed and I still feel horrible about. And I think that's why I haven't picked it up. But yeah, I just have things to knit on, but I also want to cast on new things. Yeah, so that's really it. I am planning on having a shop update next week. My goal is Monday. If I can get everything dyed tonight and maybe tomorrow, my goal is Monday, so that Doug has enough time to photograph and edit, because he is working, no exaggeration, like 22 hours a day. So I want to make sure that he has enough time to schedule that in. Yes. So, what about the shop update, Stacy? Use your brain. So I will be having mini skein sets, which will include my green mini set, probably a pink mini set, and then a new mini set that I'm very excited about, which is going to be called my Rainbow, and it's a very, I don't know, it's a very trendy color set right now. I'm very excited about it. So those will be in the shop, and then it's a favorite, DK, and a squishy update. Yes, that's right. I am bringing back my squishy base. Let me grab some. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab 4 skeins to show you. But I'm bringing back my squishy base. And for those of you who weren't around when squishy existed, because I stopped carrying this like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, because I don't know, I just didn't want to carry it anymore. But I grabbed my old sweater, my Madewell, out of the closet, and I just kind of touched it, and it's beautiful, and it's actually knit out of Rattle, which is this colorway. And I was like, I love this base, I'm bringing it back. So I ordered a bunch, and so there will be quite a few colorways. For example, this is Grubby, Rattle, this I'm obsessed with. This is Ophelia, but the way squishy takes speckles, it kind of, I don't know, it spreads them out. They're not super speckly, they're more splotchy, and it's just more watercolory than my colorways normally are. And I love this. So this is Ophelia, and I'm obsessed. And then Dusk, which I also just am smitten with, which is making me want to cast on a sweater with Dusk, which I have queued, which is the Yorkville. So, yeah, so Dusk, there's also SSDGM, there will be Mountain Mama, Perfectly Adequate, No Trail to Follow, yes, so there will be, and Prudence. Yes, so there will be Squishy, Favorite, and DK in this update, and I'm very excited about it. Y'all, I could just hold this all day. So look for that next week. If that update is happening, I will be posting about it on Instagram. And by if, I mean when. So, yes, I hope you are having a wonderful time. I hope you're taking this time to try to take care of yourself. I know it's difficult, but try to turn off the news for a little bit every day and just create something. It doesn't have to be knitting. It could be sewing, cross stitch, coloring, whatever. So do what feels good for you and take care of yourself. I will see you next week. Bye.